All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nonna Lee Sports Centre in Parkville, Melbourne, Victoria. Between the big encounter, the basketball game between your Melbourne Uni Black Angels as they host the Shepparton Gators. So this is going to be a great game, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams are fighting to make the finals. And this is the second last home and away game for both clubs. So both clubs are on the same amount of points as well coming into tonight's game. Both teams are on 11 wins and 9 losses. And we're sort of hoping we're going to get a really fiery encounter between both clubs wanting to make the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope everybody at home is looking forward to it as much as me. And I can't wait to kick off proceedings here. So we're going to start off with Melbourne with the starting lineup. So we have the captain, Kafritzis. We've got Rhymes. We've got Moultrie. We've got Stanley. And we have Bowglaze as the 5. For the visitors, I'll just wait for these guys to come out because I'm not really familiar with these guys. So we got Donley, number 2. We got Waddy, number 9. We've got Brown. We've got Batty, and we also have last number I'm looking for is number 33 in Koeman. So they're the 5s for both clubs to start off this game. But the referee is about to tip this one off, and we'll be up and running to start this encounter between the Black Angels and the Gators. Here we go. First possession. Melbourne have got it. Rhymes has got it. Finds Moultrie, who takes the 3 off the mark. Defensive board by the Gators, and they will run to their first transition on the offensive end for them. A tough 2-point field goal that time from Batty is off the mark. Black Angels running in transition. Rhymes has it. Drives in, takes a little floater, gets a lucky bounce and scores the opening 2 for the game. And the Black Angels has the first basket of the afternoon. On the other end, Brown's trying to take it inside to Moultrie. He gets a bit of hands in there, does Moultrie, but it'll still be off him, last possession off him. So it will be a Gators ball from the baseline with 14 on the shot clock. And I think there is a turnover there, stepping out of bounds on the side by Dolney. And there'll be a turnover by Shepparton. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the sideline. All right, so Bowglaze inbounds to Rhymes. Rhymes brings the ball up. Moultrie's now got on the side. Screened by Stanley. Moultrie takes inside to Bowglaze. Bowglaze drives hard to the ring. Little turnaround jump shot by Zaki Bowglaze, and he kicks off his encounter for 2. Nice looking jump shot that time. Good defense, but just better offense by Zaki Bowglaze. And the Gators have it on the other end through Donley. 3-point field goal that time is off the mark by Koeman. It's actually a violation, so the ball's actually stuck on the ring. And thank you, Zaki Bowglaze, for your hustle. But it will be a Gators ball here from the sideline, with actually the baseline, with 14 to go here. Like I see Kafritzis scraping in defense there, just trying to get the troops all together for this defensive set. So Koeman's got it. Passes to Batty. Batty inside. Little right-hand floater is fantastic. And Batty scores the first 2 for the Gators and first 2 for himself as well. On the other end, Kafritzis goes coast to coast on the other end. Drives it with his right hand. He gets fouled on the arm. Actually, it was a pushing foul. He'll draw some contact and go to the line for 2. And Stenter loves it. Adriano Stenter loves it there on the side. So Kafritzis will shoot 2 now here at the free throw line. Okay, and he's off the mark for the first. And We'll see what he's got for the second here. All right, he makes it a little bit short, but he kicks it off for two. For one, sorry. 5-2 lead here for Uni. All right, so Shepparton bring the ball up. 3-point field goal. That time he's off the mark by Dolney. Rebound by Rhymes. Runs in transition. Screen by Stanley. Finds Bolglaze on the wing. Now got Moultrie at the top of the key. Outside to Kafritzis. Looks to use a screen from Stanley. Bolglaze takes the open through the top of the key. Off the mark. Stanley's there trying to get the offensive board. Also some great hustle that time by the Gators. And Waddy brings down the defensive board on the other end. And he takes it coast to coast as well and scores the 2 points. Nice little layup that time by Waddy. And it's got a 5-4 lead here for Melbourne. Rhymes takes the three off the mark. Badly to the right. Gators bring in transition. Waddy takes the three on the wing off the mark. Bolglaze and Stanley there for the defensive board. So Bolglaze pulls it down. Gives it to Kafritzis. Finds Rhymes. The open three on the wing is off the mark. Defensive board by Brown. And Shepparton bring it out in offensively now. The two was missed that time by Batty. They do get the offensive rebound, however. Got a fresh 14 on the clock. 3-point field goal on the wing is fantastic by Brown. And Brown, that was absolutely nothing but net by Brown. 3-point field goal by the Gators. And they lead this one 7-5. So Melbourne through Rhymes. Rhymes takes another three off the mark. Waddy pulls down the defensive board. The Gators run in transition. Trying to find the mismatch inside. There's a 3-point field goal. That's off the mark by Batty. Moultrie on the other end is running. To Kafritzis on the top. Stans gives out to Joel. Bolglaze drives inside. Stanley back up to Kafritzis with 5 on the shot clock. Get the run some here. Kafritzis finds Zaki Bolglaze. Open three on the wing. He's off the mark. Defensive board by Waddy. Runs in transition to Kilwyman. And there'll be a foot violation that time by Kafritzis in Melbourne. So it will be a sideline ball here. Baseline ball here for the Gators. Bit of a slow story encounter so far between both clubs, just trying to fuel each other out. So we do have the Gators leading this one 7-5. Early stages still here in the first quarter at the Nonna Lee Basketball Stadium. Koeman takes inside off the mark. Rhymes pulls down the defensive board. Runs with Zaki Bolglaze. Bolglaze had a 2-on-2 but just looks to slow it down. Pass to the captain in Kafritzis. Drives it hard inside. Drew some contact. Tried to get it off, kiss it off the glass for two. He's no good. But he did draw some contact by Dolney. And Kafritzis is going to go to the line again for two. And Adriano Stenta, he's shaking his head again because he should have made that 3-point play on the other end. So, hopefully for Kafritzis' sake and for Melbourne's sake, he can bury these two free throws. And he makes the first one. All right, so he makes the first. And second one's off the mark. Off a couple of hands. Should be a Melbourne ball here, but it's not. It's going to be awarded to the Gators here on the wing. So will be a Shepparton ball here on the wing. All right, so the Gators lead this one 7-6. Three-point field goal on the top of the key by Waddy's off the mark. Zaki Bolglaze, I love his hustle with the defensive rebound so far, and he pulls out another defensive rebound that time. Moultrie's got on the top. Good screen by Bolglaze. trying to find Rhymes, turned it over. And at the other end, Waddy takes little floaters off the mark. Great defensive rebound by Stanley. And now Kafritzis runs in transition to Stanley. The ball goes, Rhymes drives inside, should make the easiest of layups, and he sure does. Melbourne lead by 1. Great fast back transition that time by Melbourne. They get the easiest of 2-pointers, and at the other, a nice take inside by Brown. He blew past Stanley that time and drives inside for the open layup. And Shepparton lead this one by a point again. Mulch at the other end takes a jump shot. He's off the mark. Gators on the other end takes inside. Great defense that time by Zaki Bowlglaze against Batty. And just a little bit of aftermarks that time by Waddy and Kafritzis. Referees come in just to get the two away from each other in that time. After Kafritzis drew some contact against the one of the Gators players that time. But it will just be a defensive foul by the Gators. And subs in for the Gators. Number 12 checks in. Frame checks in. And also number 4, Butler check in for the visitors. So 1 point here, 1 point lead here so far for the Gators. So Melbourne have the ball from the wing. Moultrie's now got it. He finds Kafritzis, trying to use the screen of Stanley. Gives it now to Stanley. Stanley drives in hard to the ring. Great take by the big fella. Drew some contact, but it was a good defensive play by Brown. Stanley gets to the offensive rebound, however. Takes it inside to Brown and drew some contact on the left-hand side. And he will drew some contact and will shoot 2 shots at the free throw line. 4th team foul so far for the Gators. Actually, no team foul so far for Melbourne. So great stuff from Melbourne attacking the paint early on, drawing some contact and shooting some free throws. So Stanley goes to the line, hits the first. We have an even game at the moment. He missed the second, but great hustle by Zaki Bowlglaze. I called it earlier, guys. I love his effort on the defense and offensive rebounds. He drew some contact, and that will be the 15th foul for the Gators. So Bowlglaze is going to go to the line to shoot 2 here to hopefully extend Melbourne's lead. And Bowlglaze is off the mark for the first. And he missed the second as well. Defensive rebound by Batty. And the Gators have the ball and will run through their offense. So we have a 10-point even matchup so far. Also, number 8 has checked into the game. Dodd as well on that offensive possession. Had a couple of touches. Missed that shot by the Gators on the other end. Kafritzis tries to find Moultrie on the other side. Ball is latched tossed by Batty, and it will be a Melbourne ball from the sideline here. Kafritzis finds Moultrie at the top of the key. Moultrie, a little step back triple, is off the mark. Defensive ball by Donley. Shepard now have it. Look to move the ball around the top of the key here, top of the 3-point line. Donley takes the 3 on the wing, nothing but air. They do get the offensive rebound though. Shot clock hasn't changed. Rebound by Dodd there, takes it inside. Off a few hands on the baseline. And it will be actually off Dodd with Stanley crashing the glass there as well. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the baseline. I thought that was off Stanley, but they have awarded the ball that time to Melbourne. So Melbourne look to bring the ball up the court through Moultrie. Rhymes got it. Back out to Bowlglaze at the top. Finds Moultrie again. Step back, Jay. That's a tough jump shot. Oh, they've called it a 2. Tough jump shot that time by Moultrie. And Melbourne have the 2-point lead there. Long due after hitting that jump shot there by Moultrie. Three-point field goal that time is no good by the man just checked in Bartlett. Moultrie at the other just pulls up for three. Off the mark. Defensive board by Waddy. And a great hustle that time by Bowglaze, but it will be off his hands, and it will be a Shepparton ball here from the baseline. So just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And Pomerson checks in for the first time for Melbourne. Places Skafritzis, first sub for Melbourne in this encounter. We just have just over 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Almost turned the ball at that time, but they still got it through Frame. Frame's got it at the top. Gives it to Batty, who's got it at the top now for the Gators. Looks to drive in on Stanley. Great D by Stanley. Takes it inside, finds the shooter in Donnelly. Donnelly's little floater, left hand little floater is fantastic. And Donnelly scores his first basket of the game and scores a 2. Tied at now 11. Rhymes drives inside. Nice little jump shot over the top of Dolney, and Rhymes scores another 2. Melbourne lead up by 2 again. At the other end, lose the ball. Zaki Bowglaze has it. Looks to slow down, get the troops up the court. Moultrie wanted to shoot that 3, but he won't. He's up at the top of the key with Batty. Passes out to Bowglaze on the wing. Rhymes through Pomerson, who's just checked in. Pomerson's crossover, finds Rhymes. Rhymes takes the 3 and drew some contact on Bartlett. Bit of a silly foul that time on the wing. We've only a couple seconds on the shot clock remaining, so Rhymes is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 3. And a bit of an undisciplined foul that time by the Gators. So Rhymes will go to the line, and he's normally a very reliable free throw shooter. And he makes the first. Rhymes makes the second. So it's a 15-11 lead now for Melbourne after these made 2 free throws so far. Rhymes shoots another one. Oh, he's just off the mark. Stanley trying to hustle. Great hustle by Bowglaze again. And a great hustle. And he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. His presence out there for Melbourne so far has been unbelievable. And I'm loving his effort out there. He's going to get another chance to shoot some free throws. I think that's maybe the 18th foul so far this quarter for Shep. And Melbourne have not had a foul in this whole quarter so far. So Zaki Bowglaze is going to go to the line to shoot 2. I called early in the game, his hustle offensively and defensively has just been pure so far for Melbourne. And he learns that trip to the free throw line and he banks the first free throw. And into the game for Melbourne as well. That last possession was Spud McNally. So Spud McNally, welcome to the game. He checks in for Melbourne, takes out Moultrie. Misses the second free throw. Stanley gets the offensive rebound, misses the easiest of layups. Can you believe on the other end? Probably missed the easiest shot of his career here in Melbourne. At the other end, this will hurt Melbourne, and he does. Batty takes the 3 on the other end and sinks it hard on Melbourne on the other end. So 5-point turnaround that time from Stanley's missed layup to Batty taking the 3 and making it. At the other end, Zaki Bowglaze misses the shot off a couple of hands from Shepparton. It will be a Melbourne ball here from the base. I'm off a few hands, so it will be 14 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Melbourne lead this one 16-14 with 28 seconds remaining here in the first. So Bowglaze has got it to Rhymes. Rhymes finds Stanley, back out to Rhymes. Rhymes drives in, finds Stanley again. Little floater by Stanley, he's fantastic. Great pass by Rhymes. Little soft touch. And Stanley scores the 2. Melbourne lead by 4. And at the other end, nice. 2 points and some contact that time on the other end. So Dodd makes the layup. And there's a foul call on Stanley as well. So Dodd will go to the line to shoot one here off the foul bomb Stanley. And into the game for Melbourne for the first time is Lugaz. Lugaz checks into the game for Melbourne. Sekleski, number 21. And he takes out Stanley. So Melbourne are going to have one possession here, you would think, with 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Dodd makes the free throw, makes that three-point play. Melbourne have got one shot here with 9 seconds through. Rhymes has got it. Passes to Sekleski. Sekleski loses it, but still handles the ball. Finds Becky Bolglaze, loses the ball too. And a half-court prayer from Bartlett is off the mark, but that will do us after one quarter. We have Melbourne leading this one 18-17 in a very competitive opening first quarter. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Non-Elite Sports Centre. So Melbourne lead this one 18-17 after the first quarter. I've just got to give a few shout-outs here to the guys at Force Fitness, including Robbie Balakis, Jamie, and also to Commando as well. Thank you, boys, for tuning in and love your support of the Black Angels. So we will be commencing the second quarter here through Sekleski. He's got it to Pomerson. Pomerson drives in, finds Sekleski, finds the sharpshooter in McNally. And McNally takes the three on the wing, is off the mark. Defensive rebound by Batty. And the Gators have it. Will run through their first offensive set to start the second quarter. And into the game is number one as well, is Bex. So Bex comes into the game for the first time for Shepparton. Bolglaze and also Rhymes, who started for Melbourne, have played the first quarter, haven't come off as of yet. So there'll be a foul that time on Zachy Bolglaze, who was up in the shooter that time of Bartlett. So Bartlett's going to go to the line. He's just feeling a little bit of pain there. Looks like to the lower back sort of region, the hip, but he drew some contact on that jump shot against Bolglaze, and Bartlett will go to the line and shoot two here. And he misses the first to the right-hand side. One more shot here, and Bartlett makes the second free throw. And in for Melbourne comes Skafrutis. The skipper checks back into the game. He replaces the hard-working Zachy Bolglaze, who deserves a well-earned spell on the bench. On the other end, so Melbourne have got it. The game is tied now. Pomerson finds Sekleski at the top. Trying to find McNally, but Lucas has still got it. Finds Spud, who just takes the three on the wing. Unfortunately, just rattles out. Defensive board by Batty, and he runs the offense for the Gators here. He takes the 3. Oh, he makes it. Nice little step back jump shot by Batty. And the Gators lead this one by 3. Nice looking jump shot that time. At the other end, Melbourne got it through Sekleski to Rhymes. Rhymes now finds Palmerson. Trying to drive, but great defense by Shepparton on this possession. Rhymes crossover, takes a jump shot from the top of the key, and that's pure. Nothing but net by Rhymes. Good defense by Shepparton for most of that play, but Rhymes just gets something offensively going for Melbourne, and he scores the 2. Well-earned 2 for Melbourne. Reduces the margin now down to 1. Batty takes another 2 on the wing on the other side. A tough 2. Good contest by Melbourne, but just wasn't good enough. This guy's heating up now. He's just hit 2 in a row. Rhymes at the other just pulls up for 3 on the other end on Bex. And Rhymes is feeling it as well. So 2 boys going head-to-head on the other end. And Rhymes hits the 3. And I'll tell you what, now it's time for Batty to go again, but he misses that jump shot. It was actually nothing but air on that possession, so it was a bit of an air ball. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the baseline, and some subs are back in. So Moultrie and Stanley are back in for the Black Angels, replacing out Lugaz, Sekleski, and also Palmerson as well. So Melbourne go back to their starting 5, just apart from McNally, who's on it as well. So Kafritzis to McNally. Great defense. Kafritzis takes the 3 on the wing, and Lucas loves it. Kafritzis hits the 3, and little bow and arrow that time in that action. He loves it. Melbourne lead this one now by 3. It's this pace is starting to really heat up now between both clubs. Trying to feel each other out now, you would expect, compared to the first quarter. And the other end, good drive that time by Frame. Drew some contact against McNally, and Frame is going to go to the line here to shoot 2. And a quick little break by Zaki Bolglaze, and he's back into the game. So Bolglaze checks back in for Melbourne, replaces the sharpshooter McNally. So Frame goes to the line for the Gators. And Frame misses the first, back ring that one. So there was a violation that time by Bex, I believe, on the right side of the free throw. So it will be a violation against him. So unfortunately, no free throw attempt for the second one for Frame. It will be a violation. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the wing here. And Rhymes inbounds to Kafritzis. Kafritzis is defended by Bartlett on the other end. Rhymes has got it, the hot man for Melbourne. Step back 2 is off the mark. Defensive rebound by Frame. And off a few hands. It was last touched by Bolglaze. And it will be a Shepparton ball here from the baseline. Couple of subs back in for the Gators here. So we have some of their starters are back into the game. So we have got Waddy back in, and also Browner back in for the visitors. Melbourne's lead is 3 at the moment. Midway through the second quarter here. Foul that time by, I believe, Bolglaze. Drew a bit of a blocking foul. And the hot man of this quarter, Batty, is going to go to the line here to shoot 2. I thought it was before the shot, but they're going to give him in motion of steps, so it will be 2 shots. Continuation here for Batty. So Batty makes the first free throw. So Batty's got one more free throw here for Shepparton. And he misses the second. Stanley pulls down the defensive board. Goes to Kafritzis. Kafritzis runs in transition for Melbourne. Crossover past the Bowlglaze inside. Drew two Gators defenders. Good defense that side by Shepparton. And Bowlglaze takes an extra step there. So it will be a turnover. And in comes Kuhlman, who's back in for the Gators. So I believe we've got all starting five, and also Dolney as well. He's back in for Shepparton. So Melbourne have got their starters out on the floor. Shepparton got all their starters apart from Bex, who's the only guy who came off the bench to be on the court as of now. Very defensive-minded set game so far between both clubs. Not trying to give an inch defensively and offensively. It's been a great game. Great take that side by Dolney. And Dolney scores the two. Little floater inside. And the margin is even again at 26. It's just going to go head-to-head. Here we go. Oh, Jameer Moultrie just does some individual brilliance on the other end. Little turnaround jump shot is pure. Nice two-pointer that time from Moultrie. Shepparton at the other end through Brown. Brown takes a tough contested two on Stanley. Great defensive rib by Zachy Bowlglaze. Here's Kafritzis. Finds open through in the wing. Here's Moultrie. He's off the mark short. Defensive board by Waddy. Waddy runs in transition. Doesn't have any helpers offensively, so just slows it down. And the Gators just run their the offense here. And they're a bit of a travel call. I think he took an extra step there, did Dolney. And Dolney is called for the travelling violation. A quick break for Batty, but Batty replaces Beck. So both teams have their starting five out there now. So we've got Melbourne so far lead this one 28-26 in a very low scoring encounter between both these ball clubs. So Melbourne got it through Kafritzis, finds Moultrie. Moultrie, a little jab step. Two, he's off the mark. Bowlglaze is trying to get the offensive rebound, but he can't. Brown's got it now. Brown finds the shooter in Dolney. Dolney off the mark. Brown and Kafritzis hustle. Great defense, great hustle by Kafritzis on the other end. And he drew some contact on Batty on the wing that time. And drew some contact on Batty, and the referee's just having a discussion to maybe upgrade this one to it on sportsmanlike. But we'll see what the referees call here, and it'll just be, I believe, a common foul on Batty, which I believe is the right call on that time. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the sideline. I think Kafritzis just tried to milk that one a little bit too much. I thought it was more of a common foul, and that was the right call by the referees. So Melbourne got it. Rhymes. He's been the hot man so far for Melbourne. Finds Bowlglaze. Moultrie, top of the key, three. Open three, off the mark. Good rebound by Brown. Brown's got it. Starting to get a bit physical now between both clubs. There's bodies on the floor. Some very tough defense and offensive sets for both clubs. Very physical out there. Brown takes inside to Bowlglaze. Very, very unlucky. Very, very unlucky call from Bowlglaze. I don't know how he called that a foul. He stood up straight, and the referee's called a foul on Bowlglaze. And there was a technical foul on, I believe, the Melbourne University bench here after that foul call was drawn. And it's a technical foul against the Melbourne bench, so it will be, I believe, one shot for Brown, part of the technical, and then also two because he drew some contact on Zachy Bowlglaze. So Brown's going to go to the line, I believe, for three. He makes the first. And now players will be positioned for a lineup here. So that's Bowlglaze's third personal foul, just being called that by Ange Kafritzis. So Ange Kafritzis, who's standing right next to me. Thank you, Ange, for providing me with the stats on the side. Brown misses the second free throw. He's got one free throw here to tie it up, potentially. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And he misses the third as well. So he goes 1 out of 3 at the foul line. The offensive rebound that time by Batty, though, and Shepparton to get another offensive set. And Kilman steps out of bounds, so it will be a turnover by Shepparton. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the side. So Kafritzis has got it. Now gives it to Moultrie. Back to Kafritzis. Looks to run the offensive end for Melbourne here. Finds Bowglaze. Back out to Kafritzis. Finds Rhymes on the wing. Not a lot of movement offensive for Melbourne on this possession. Rhymes finds Bowglaze. Drew some contact on the arm. I believe Waddy got him on the arm just before he was about to collect and shoot, but he got him in the scoring/shooting motion. And Zachy Bowglaze is going to go to the line, shoot 2 here. So Bowglaze has got 2 shots here. That's, I believe, the 3rd team foul on Shepparton. Melbourne have got 4 fouls this quarter as well, so Shepparton will be shooting free throws every foul for the last 3 minutes here or so. Just have a bit of a white floor here, bit of wet floor here. So thank you to the wipers on that end for Melbourne. So Bowglaze is going to go to the line here now to shoot 2. And Bowglaze makes the first. Uni lead this one by 2. And I think there's so Bowglaze misses the free throw, and I think it's a foul call. I'm not sure who the foul is on here. The referee's just having a bit of a debacle here between... It was very physical by Batty and Kafritzis on that time. And thank you again to the floor sweeper here on this end. So the foul is on Kafritzis on that end. So Kafritzis gets drawn for that foul call. So it'll be a Shepparton ball here from the sideline. And I believe, yeah, as I said earlier, I think it's the 5th team foul against Melbourne. So it will be 2 shots here for Batty. We had a bit of a delay that time because both players did hit the deck on that possession. But Batty's going to go to the line here to shoot 2 for the Gators. And he makes the first. Batty's got 1 more free throw, and he makes the 2nd free throw. So we're back out to even again, which I feel like has been the story of this game so far. It's like neither team is led by, I reckon, about 4 to 5 points, absolute max so far. So it's been a very tough encounter. Great steal that time from Batty. Takes all the way to the ring, makes the easiest of layups, and the Gators lead this one now by 2. Rhymes finds Bowglaze, looks to try and find the hands of Kafritzis, and now it does. So Kafritzis will bring the ball up for Melbourne. They're down this game by 2 at the moment. Rhymes on the wing. Rhymes hits the open 3 on the wing. Great screen by Stanley. And Rhymes hits the open 3. He's definitely been Melbourne's go-to guy so far in this game. He's been fantastic offensively. Well, Melbourne needed a basket. And this guy on the other end has been just as good as Batty. Batty, little spin move to the basket and makes the easiest of layups. I don't know how many points he's up to, but he's definitely in the double digits, you'd think now. Him and Rhymes would be the guys who are definitely in double digits so far. And at the other end, Kafritzis takes it coast to coast on Batty. Nice little soft touch on the left-hand side by Kafritzis. And Stentar sticks out his tongue. He's loving it. Stentar, one of Kafritzis' mates out there on the wing, absolutely loves it. Shepparton missed a couple of easy bunny layups. And at the other end, Koeman gets the offensive rebound. And Koeman hits the 3 for the Gators. And that puts up the Gators up 36-34. So just been advised. So Ryan Batty, number 10 for the Gators, is up to 17 points. Leading all comers for them. And Joel Rhymes for Melbourne, number 1, is up to 16 points. So both these boys are going head-to-head. We've got a Melbourne timeout on the wing, so we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back at the Non-Elite Sports Centre. So we have 2:34 remaining here in the second quarter. It's the visitors so far lead this game by 2 points. Kafritzis brings the ball up in transition, finds Rhymes. Rhymes, misses the 3 on the wing that time against Batty. Those boys, as I said earlier, they're going head-to-head at the moment with the points, and they are also defending each other on the other end. This will be fun to watch. Batty finds Brown inside against Stanley. Finds Koeman, who drives inside. Great D by Bowglaze. Takes a tough 2 and scores it. Tough 2 points that time by Waddy. And he increases the margin for Shepparton out to 4 now. Melbourne on the other end through Moultrie, Rhymes. Moultrie's got it. Wants a screen from Stanley. Takes inside. Little floater, little 2s off the mark. Bowglaze gets the offensive board. Gets his offensive rebound after the missed layup. Rhymes on the other end. Little step back. Jace. Little Rhymes again scores a 2 for Melbourne. I think he's up to half their points for Melbourne so far. He's the one guy offensively who's just kept Melbourne in this game so far. He's been fantastic. Great hustle that time by Bowglaze again, though, to get the offensive rebound. At the other end, a little fadeaway 2 that time by Waddy is good, and Pakenham have started to really up their scoring so far in this quarter and lead this one now by 4. So Stanley finds Kafritzis. Kafritzis, 1 dribble 3 off the mark. Brown and Waddy are fighting for the defensive ball, but they finally pull down the ball through Brown. At the other end, Moultrie strips Koeman and makes the ease of layups. And the Melbourne Uni bench love that one. Much needed basket for Moultrie that time. So Moultrie scores a 2. Shepparton go through the other end through the hot man in Batty. Tries to drive on Kafritzis. Good discipline that time from Kafritzis that time. I believe it will be a timeout from the visitors, as the coach looks like he's standing up ready to call a timeout, and it will be a timeout for the Gators here. So it's a 2-point game here for Shepparton. They lead this one by 2. And it's just been a timeout called by Shepparton, and we'll be back in about a minute. Well, we're back to be back in this game here. So we'll be a Shepparton ball here from the baseline. They lead this one by 2, 40-38. I just want to give a shout out to the Sunshine Coast Phoenix tough loss last night by the boys. Just want to give a special mention to Erica Fritz, the brother. Really best of luck for the finals next week, and to the Roboto brothers and to Deng Riak. Deng Riak, love your work, boys. I'm really hoping all the best next week in your final against Rocky. And we'll be, if not there, we'll be tuned in, definitely glued to watch the Phoenix beat Rocky. All right, we're back in this one here. So the Gators have 40 on the shot clock. A tough step back by Waddy. He's come up clutch the last 3 possessions that time for Shepparton. Makes another 2. They lead this one now by 4. I think he's gone back to back to back. It'll be last shot here for Melbourne now with 10 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. You expect the ball to be hands with Stanley or Rhymes here. Kafritz has got it to Palmerston, who takes the 3 on the wing. He's off the mark. Brown's got it. And a 3-point prayer by Kuyman is off the mark. But after the end of half-time in this game, we have the Gators who lead this one 42-38. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so to preview the third quarter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Non-Elite Sports Centre in Melbourne, Victoria. We have Melbourne on 38, defending by Shepparton, who lead this one 42-38 after 2 quarters. It's been a very hard-fought game between both clubs here. As I mentioned earlier in the telecast, it's a must-win situation for both clubs here. Both clubs wanting to win today to potentially look at finals in a fortnight's time. Both teams have one game after this game next week that will ultimately be pivotal in both teams either making the playoffs or not. But both teams are 11-9 coming into today's game. Very even match, and I really look forward to talking about the third quarter here. So we will commence this third quarter with the Gators. We'll have the first offensive possession. Drive inside on the right-hand side by Dolney, and Dolney scores a 2. Tough layup that time. He's a left-hander, but he finished that time on the right, which is a nice finish. And at the other end, Kafritzis finds Stanley. They're trying to get Stanley on going so far. Finds Rhymes on the wing. Rhymes drives, makes a little scoop shot layup. Fantastic. So Rhymes leads all scorers in this encounter. He's now up to 20 points. And the other man who scored 17 in this game has been Batty for the Gators, who's on 17. So those guys are scoring the most points in this game so far. And the other end offensively, Brown loses the ball offensively, comes off his hands last. Great D by Stanley. And it will be a Melbourne ball here from the baseline. So Melbourne run their offense. Rhymes has got it through Bowglaze. Now to Moultrie. Moving the ball, getting through hands. Tough jump shot by Moultrie. Oh, hits the top of the ring and scores. Jameer Moultrie gets a little bit of luck that time and scores. And reduce the margin now down to 2 for the Gators. At the other end, the hot man finds a 2 inside for Batty. And Batty scores again. Batty actually find Waddy that time. My apologies, guys. So Waddy scores a 2. At the other end, Moultrie takes the 3 off the mark. Kafritzis pulls down the board to an open Rhymes on the corner 3. Great offensive rebound by Kafritzis. He finds Rhymes, who takes the open 3 and buries it. Gators lead by a point after that 3. At the other end, Kooiman drives inside, and Kooiman makes a floater. Nice looking floater by Kooiman. And Shepparton take their lead out now to 3 points again. So it's gone end-to-end offensive baskets after offensive baskets so far to start this third quarter. It's been great to watch. Stanley's inside against Brown. Misses, gets the offensive rebound. Drew some contact against Brown. And Stanley's going to go to the line here, shoot 2. Brown wasn't too pleased with the foul call on that time, but he will shoot some free throws here on the other end for Melbourne. So Stanley misses the first free throw. And Stanley misses the second as well. So Brown pulls down the defensive board for the Gators. And now they run the ball offensively. Kooiman's got it, finds Dolney. Dolney takes a step-back jump shot against Rhymes. He's off the mark. Bowglaze pulls down the defensive board. Kafritzis now got it to Moultrie. Moultrie open 3 on the wing. He buries it. Jameer Moultrie starting to heat up here in the third quarter. Back-to-back baskets by him. And I believe we've got a tie ball game now at 44. So Shepparton run it through offensively through now. Kooiman's got it. Finds the shooter and Dolney. Dolney step back 3 is pure 2. Dolney on the other end responds with a 3 on his end and puts Shepparton up by 3 again. Nice looking jump shot by the sharpshooter. Rhymes finds Bowlglaze inside to Stanley. Stanley, tough 2 against Brown. And Stanley makes a little spin move, layup to go. Great D by Brown, but better offensively by Stanley. He cuts the margin now down just to a point now for the Gators. So Batty's got it on Stanley. Takes a step back 3 off the mark. Defensive board by Kafritzis. Finds Rhymes. Rhymes just pulls up the 3 and buries it! Oh, Rhymes just buries a 3 on the other end. He puts Melbourne up by 2. Oh, we're seeing some great shots offensively to start this quarter. Both clubs here. At the other end, Dolney just goes all the way coast to coast. Great screen. I'm not sure who it was there that was screening, but great dive by Dolney. He scores a 2, and we've got a game tied again at 49. Stanley on the other end tries to make the left-hand layup on Brown. He's off the mark. And at the other end, Batty's got it. Finds Waddy. Waddy can't handle the ball. And Bowlglaze gets the steal. And Kafritzis now has the ball for Melbourne to run the offensive possession for him. Moultrie has got it. Drives it. Little tough right hand. Little floater off the mark. Shepparton to get pulled down the defensive board. Run on the other end. Waddy drives it inside over Kafritzis. Makes a spin move and a tough layup. Great drive by Waddy. He's really lifted in the second and third. At the other end, Rhymes tries the open Bowlglaze. Bowlglaze makes the easy offensive layup. And at the other end, Waddy takes it inside. Waddy drew some contact against Kafritzis on the other end. So I think Waddy's going to go to the line to shoot 2. I didn't believe he was in his steps there, but they've caught it in his steps. So it's a baseline ball here. It is shooting 2 shots. I thought it was a baseline. So Waddy's going to go to the line to shoot 2 here. Who's been fantastic for the Gators to start this quarter. And he missed the free throw. He missed that free throw short in that possession. And he's got one more here. And he's short again. So tell what they say, guys. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. That was not even a real foul call. And Waddy misses the second free throw as well. Melbourne got it through Rhymes. Rhymes, step back 3 is fantastic again. Joel Rhymes is going bang, bang, bang so far in this third quarter. He's been everywhere for Melbourne. And at the other end, Waddy drew some contact on Kafritzis again on the other end. And Kafritzis won't be happy defensively, so he gets a second foul call in about a minute. I believe he's going to come out of the game, so Waddy's going to go to the line here to shoot 2. Good take by Waddy, though. Just got Lucas a bit napping on that end, so he drew some contact, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2, where he was just at the line before, and he missed 2. And thank you to Adriano Stentas. That's the third call on Kafritzis. Third foul call on Kafritzis, and he takes a seat. Love the work from Stenta there on the sideline here. Just having a few delays here with the subs. But we are all good to go. So Waddy's going to go to the line. He makes amends and makes that first free throw. And he makes the second as well. So he learned from his mistakes, did Waddy. Missed the first 2 free throws. He was at the line previously, but he made the second. He went to the line again and makes his 2. So Melbourne lead this one by a point, 58-57. Midway through the third quarter. Rhymes finds it. Stanley misses the layup. An open layup by Stanley misses. Good contest by Brown, but still an easy layup. And at the other end, the 3 on the wing by Batty is off the mark. Pomerson's there for the defensive rebound for Melbourne. Gets trapped in the back court by 2 Gators. Loses it. And he drew some, and there's a steal on the other end by Batty. And Batty goes coast to coast, makes the 2. Drew some contact on Pomerson as well. And Batty will go to the line and shoot 1 at the 3-point line. At the free throw line here. So Shepparton take the lead now here by a point again. So Batty goes to the line. He completes the 3-point play. He takes the Gators lead out now to 2. So Rhymes has got on the wing. Finds Bowlglaze, finds Pomerson. Pomerson, Stanley, Rhymes, 3 on the wing. Rhymes goes bang again! Rhymes hits another 3 in Frame's head. And Rhymes, I don't know how many points, he's been close to 30 points out for Rhymes. He's been everywhere for Melbourne. At the other end, Brown finds Frame, takes the 3, Brown again, misses Bowlglaze defensive board to Stanley in offense, and Stanley pulls down the hammer! Saki Bowlglaze, great defensive rebound, transition, dunk by Stanley, and the University crowd are up and about for that one. At the other end, Gators have it through the man of Batty. He's been everywhere today for the Gators. Drives it hard on Bowlglaze. He drew some contact on Bowlglaze again. Great finish by Batty though. He got him up in the air. He makes the 2. He drew some contact on Zachy Bowlglaze as well. And Bowlglaze has just picked up his 4th personal foul. Kaprizis checks back in for Melbourne. He needs to be disciplined too because he's on to 3 fouls. But it was a great take by Batty, who scores the 2. Drew some contact, got a line to shoot 1 here, and he misses. Kaprizis pulls down the board, runs in transition, finds Pomerson, who takes the 3 on the wing off the mark. Kaprizis offensive rebound, finds the hot man in Rhymes. Rhymes finds Kaprizis. Kaprizis swing on the outside, he's missed. Stanley and Pomerson's there. Stanley pulls down the board. Stanley goes to work. He just misses the lap. Good contest by Brown. And at the other end, Brown throws the ball away. Good hustle by Kaprizis. And it will be turned over by the Gators. So Melbourne bring the ball up through Rhymes. Pass to Stanley on the wing. Now finds Kaprizis on the other wing. Kaprizis finds Stanley. Stanley takes it inside with 2 Gators there. Misses, gets the offensive board. Misses another layup to Stanley. Can't get it to go, unfortunately. And Dolly's got it for the Shepparton, who takes it inside. Good defense by Stanley on the other end. Misses the shot. Moultrie pulls down the defense board. Goes coast to coast. Jameer Moultrie draws some contact on the other end by Kuihman. And a great take by Jameer Moultrie. And I think he's hurt his back on that possession, but he looks to be okay because he's walking up. He's up and about, which is good, but he draws some contact. And Moultrie's going to go to the line here to shoot 2. Melbourne's lead is 1. It could be 2 or potentially 3 here after these free throws. We just have a bit of a spillage here on the court. So thanks again to the floor sweeper who comes in to plays his role, comes in, sweeps the floor. And thank you again. He got a good standing ovation there by the Gator supporters. So love your effort there. Moultrie now for Melbourne goes to the line for 2. Misses the first free throw. Moultrie's got 1 more here remaining. And he makes the second. So 1 out of 2 for Moultrie. The lead goes now up to 2 points now for Melbourne. In a very close encounter between both clubs here, searching to make the finals. Both teams know this is a desperation game. Both teams need to win to have a chance to feature in this year's finals season and campaign for the BigV competition for the men's comp. A tough 2 on Rhymes is off the mark by by Batty. Moultrie's got it. He drives on Batty, and he swats. Batty just swats it out of here by Moultrie's drive. Great defense by Batty, very disciplined, not to give up the foul call that time. But it will be a Melbourne ball from the baseline after that block shot. Melbourne trying to run a set through Sekleski. Sekleski drives inside. Drew some contact that time inside by Batty. And I believe it's the third or fourth team foul, I believe, here. Sorry, folks, I can't actually see the scoreboard at the moment, so I'm not sure exactly what personal foul that was, but it's either third or fourth for Shepparton. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the baseline. Kafritzis finds the hot man of Joel Rhymes at the top of the key. Rhymes finds Sekleski. Sekleski back out to Rhymes. Defended really heavily that time by Beatty. Rhymes finds Sekleski. Sekleski drives it inside! Spin move by Sekleski, who just checks in. Big Lucas, great defense. That time at the other end by Pomerson. That was a bit unlucky. I thought it was off the Gators, but it will be called off Pomerson. It will be a Gators ball here from the side. I think the referees weren't in the perfect position there, but at the same time, love the hustle that time from Pomerson. So Shepard will bring the ball in from the baseline, from the sideline here in the backcourt. And we got Bartlett, who's back into the game for the Gators. So Bartlett's got it. Finds number 8 as well. So Dodd's back in as well. So they're trying to find Batty. Batty on Kafritzis at the moment. Good D by Kafritzis, just holding his strength inside. Bartlett takes it tough too. He's off the mark. Great defense by Pomerson. Great defensive read by Spud McNally. Finds Moultrie, who just slows it down. Tries to run a set now from Melbourne. So Sekleski finds Kafritzis. Back out to Moultrie. You'd love a Moultrie dagger here. Would be very nice, wouldn't it? Moultrie's got it. Good D by... Great D by Dolly there. Moultrie's got it. Tries to take a step back. Finds Sekleski. Sekleski just turns the ball over to Bartlett there. And now Batty's got it at the top on Kafritzis. Batty's got it. Screen that time. Now defended by Sekleski. Batty just takes the 3 on Sekleski. And Batty hits the 3 to end the third quarter. That was a dagger 3-point field goal by Batty. Over the top of Sekleski. Didn't do much wrong. Just a better shot by Batty. That reduced the margin now down to just to a point. Big time shot by Batty, who's been everywhere so far for the Gators. That will do us after 3 quarters. We have Melbourne lead this one 65 to the Gators 60. The Melbourne University 66 lead the Gators 65. And we'll be right back for the start of the last quarter. All right, guys, welcome back. Last quarter of action has just started. Melbourne have the ball. They lead this one by a point so far. Kafritzis trying to find Sokleski. He finds Sokleski now. Kafritzis has it at the top of the key. Spin move. Floater is off the mark. Defensive board by the hot man Batty. He's been everywhere today so far for the Gators. He has a team-high 25 points so far for them. 3-point field goal that time is off the mark by Frame. So Melbourne get down the defensive rebound. Sokleski's got it now offensively. Finds Moultrie, takes a tough two. Drew a bit of contact, but no foul call on that possession. So the Gators got it. Now they find it the hot man in Batty. Takes a step back over Kafritzis. And I think it is a foul call. I think it's a foul call on McNally on that possession. Just waiting for the referees. They're just having a word to each other here, just to signal the foul call. I think there was signal for an unsportsmanlike foul. And they've just called it. And they've just called it a Gators ball. So I think it's a foul on McNally on that possession. I'm not sure what happened there on the defensive rebounds on that possession. But it will be a Gators ball from the baseline with 14 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. So Stanley checks back in for Melbourne. Oh, it's a 5-second violation against the Gators. They can't bring the ball in. And it will be a Melbourne ball from the baseline. Great hustle defense by the Black Angels. And they will get the ball back. Gators just had no one offensively open on that possession to try and get the ball in. So it will be a Black Angels basketball. And Kafritzis has the ball. Looks to run it in transition to Rhymes. And I think it was a offensive foul on Kafritzis with the screen. And that is his 4th personal foul on that time. So the offensive foul call that time on Kafritzis. So he gets his 4th personal foul. So it will be a Gators ball here from the side. Thanks again to there's just a bit of sweat here on the floor. So just waiting for this to be tidied up before we resume play again here. So the Gators have it in their back court here. We'll bring the ball in. So Dolney's got it. So Shepparton moved the ball. Dolney's got it now on the wing. Drives inside to Rhymes. Dolney makes the reverse layup. Tough shot on the left-hand side. He scores the 2. And the Gators now lead again this one by a point. So it's just going end-to-end so far in this game. Stanley can't get open. Good defense by the Gators on this possession. So Moultrie's now got it. Moultrie, the step back 2 is off the mark. Misses that time. And at the other end, the 2 inside by Frame is off the mark. Kafritzis has got it. Kafritzis drives it hard inside, draws some contact, and will go to the free throw line. I'm not sure who the foul was on that possession, but it was a good take by Kafritzis, who drew some contact on that drive to the basket. You've got a line here to shoot 2. To potentially get Melbourne back in the lead. And he makes the first, nothing but net. And there's just a bit of back chat between one of the other spectators that time and Kafritzis. And he's going to get into the line to shoot another free throw here. He makes the first, and he misses the second. So it's a tie ball game here. At 67 apiece. And you can see Lucas smiling there with, I believe, one of the opposition spectators on the other end. So that was pretty funny on the week, but we're back in play. So Gators got it. The Hot Man's got it. Hot Man in Batty. Tough 2 on Moultrie. Misses. Great offensive rebound by Frame. Back outside now to Bartlett. Bartlett drives inside. Back out to Frame. Frame drives it inside. On the left-hand side, he finishes with his right. Good finish by Bartlett. Scores the 2. At the other end, Moultrie takes the 3 in transition for Melbourne. He's off the mark. Very quick shot that time for Melbourne. Unfortunately, he's off the mark. And at the other end, Dolney's got it. Passes back out to Bartlett. Bartlett at the top of the key. They're trying to find Batty. Batty drives inside. Batty drives inside, misses. Offensive rebound by Bartlett. Couldn't get it though. Rhymes pulls it down for Melbourne. Finds Stanley inside. Great D by Dodd that time. Just slows up his transition take that time. So Rhymes has got it. Got fouled, I believe, on the arm by Dolney. And I think it'll be a foul call by Dolney that time. So it will be a Melbourne ball from the baseline. Some subs are back in for the Gators. So Brown and also Waddy are back in for the Gators. They lead this one by the 2 points. Ready to resume play here now. So Kafritzis finds Rhymes at the top. Rhymes, step back 2, is off the mark. Great hustle by Stanley and Dolney, but Stanley pulls down the defensive board. And I think the foul will be on Waddy on that time, I believe. So it will be a Melbourne ball from the baseline. Great offensive board by Stanley. Another second chance opportunity here for the Black Angels. So Kafritzis finds Stanley inside. Stanley back out to Bowglaze, who's on the 4 fouls. Needs to be very careful now for this quarter. Finds Rhymes. Rhymes just goes into a 3. Misses Bowglaze. Offensive rebound again. But unfortunately, he turns the ball over on the wing, trying to find Kafritzis. So it'll be a turnover by Melbourne. So it will be a Shepparton ball here from the sideline. And Koeman comes back in for the Gators. So effectively, we have the starting 5s for both clubs out there now. And I reckon they'll probably play the last 6.5 minutes here. So we're going to really see who... We're just having a technical difficulty with the shot clock here. So I think that didn't turn on. I'm just going to say we'll have to wait and see. The last 6.5 minutes, it will be very, very intense. As I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, the winner here will have a great chance to feature in finals action basketball if they were able to pull this one off today. The loser, however, are going to be in strife of missing out. So, Brown on the wing takes the 3. He's off the mark, short. Melbourne get the defensive board. Moultrie finds Bowglaze. Finds Kafritzis now. Using the screen. Back out to Bowglaze, and Bowglaze makes the layup. Great pass by Kafritzis, finds Bowglaze, and Bowglaze makes the easy layup. Good 2-man game between them two, and that ties the game up at 69 apiece. At the other end, they're trying to find Brown inside, and they find Brown inside, who scores the 2. Had a bit of a mismatch that time from Rhymes, and Brown scores the open 2. And at the other end, they're trying to find Stanley inside, spin move, stolen by Waddy though. Great D by Waddy, gets it off Stanley. Waddy now drives it inside, finds Brown, and Brown kicks it back out to Koeman at the top of the key. Koeman finds Brown. Brown drives on Stanley short, and the defensive board by Stanley, and then Kafritzis runs in transition again. Kafritzis drives coast to coast on the right-hand side, and he loves it. Kafritzis loves it, finishes with the left. Great drive inside by Kafritzis. Ties at 71 now apiece. Great drive, and at the other end, a missed jump shot by Batty. Great contest by Kafritzis, and now he's running on the other end as well. Kafritzis finds Bowglaze. Bowglaze back out to Kafritzis. Finds Rhymes, the hot man. Rhymes to Bowglaze. Looks like the offense is slowing down here for a second. Moultrie takes the three and hits it! Moultrie, it's a big time three for Melbourne. He puts the lead out to 3 for Melbourne after that big shot by Moultrie. Massive, massive shot. Gators now have it offensively through the hot man in Batty. Batty finds Donnelly the top, who takes the throw on the other end. He's short. Moultrie gets a defensive board, finds Kafritzis, and they look to just slow down this offensive possession now. Moultrie's got it to Stanley at the top of the key. Backhand to Moultrie, he's open again, and it's it! Jameer Moultrie, it's a three again! Moultrie, it's another three! Big time three from Moultrie. Melbourne lead by 6. Big time shot, and the Gators call a timeout. Moultrie just goes bang, bang, hits 2 big threes, puts Melbourne up by 6 with 4:11 remaining here in this last quarter. And we'll have a timeout called by the Gators.
Look, get Steph on. No, leave you off. It's been good. That was good. Okay, Did you end up going something?
All right, so back underway here. So 4:11 remaining here in the last quarter. Shepparton just called a timeout after Moultrie just went bang, bang, hits 2 back-to-back threes from Melbourne. It was a tight ball game. And it's an offensive foul call on Brown. I'm not sure what happened there on that possession, but Kafritzis is down on the floor here. And I think there's an offensive foul call on, I think, Brown. I'm not sure. I think it's getting a little bit heated between both the teams at the moment. So it will be, I'm just waiting for the referees to signal here what they will be signalling, but a few of the players did hit the floor as well, including the skipper and Kafritzis. So I believe it will be a Melbourne ball. I believe it was an offensive foul call, maybe on Brown. I'm not entirely sure who it was. But it will be a Melbourne ball here from the baseline. Just got a few... So just have the floor is just still a little bit wet here. So we're just waiting for this to just dry up on the court here. So we're just waiting to resume play here. All right, so Melbourne have got it. So Rhymes has got it. They look to double him. They find Bowglaze. Kafritzis now on the top of the keys. Got it. Finds Stanley. Stanley finds Moultrie, who's hit 2 in a row. Moultrie drives inside. Kiss off the glass. Can't make it. Hands off the Gators, and it will be a Melbourne ball. They couldn't get the defensive rebound. I think Batty and Brown were trying to get the defensive rebound. And just shout out to the big Tradger. I love your work, Tradger. Thank you for tuning in to the telecast today, and hope you're enjoying the game. Mr. Krabs, love your work, Mr. Krabs. We got a few players who have just hit the floor again, so we will be back in a few seconds or so while we just get that just mopped up the court. So it will be a Melbourne ball here from the sideline with 14 to go here on the shot clock. They lead this encounter at the moment against Shepparton by 6. Stanley's got it, drives inside. Spin move for 2, and he scores it! Stanley Stanley makes the left-hand layup. Nice spin move on Brown. Increases the margins. And just on the other end, he swats him out of here. He swats Waddy out of here. Stanley block shot on Waddy. Will be a baseline ball here for Shepparton. Great defense and hustle by Stanley on the offensive end to score the 2, and then defensively getting it back to get the block shot. So Shepparton got the ball from the baseline. A tough drive inside by Batty. Drew some contact on Moultrie, and Batty's going to go to the line here to shoot 2. So Batty's now at the line. He'll shoot the first, and he's off the mark. Misses that one to the right-hand side. So he comes in and takes his second free throw, and he misses both. So an empty possession by the Gators. Misses both. So Melbourne leave this one still by 8 points. Rhymes has got it, defended by Batty. So finds Kafritz now at the top. Kafritz's drive, spin move. Stanley's got it at the top. Drives inside, finds Bolglaze. Bolglaze takes it inside, finds Kafritz's back out to Rhymes at the top. Rhymes with not a lot of shot in the shot clock. Kafritz's got to pull it up. Takes the 3 off the mark. Brown's got it. Great defense by Kafritzis. And it's a stolen. Will be Melbourne ball. Great hustle by Kafritzis and Rhymes. Off a few hands by the Gators. And it will be a Melbourne ball. I believe it should be a Melbourne ball. The referee's just having a word here on this end. Oh, and they've reversed it. They've reversed the ball to be a Shepparton ball here from the sideline. All right, so it will be a Shepparton ball here from the sideline. So Koeman's got it at the top of the key. Finds Dolney, the shooter. Dolney drives inside against Moultrie. Takes inside. Scores the 2. And draws some contact on Moultrie. Great finish by Dolney. So Dolney scores the 2. Draws some contact on Moultrie. Will go to the line and shoot 1. And he cuts the margin down to 6 points. And he will shoot a free throw here. So we'll reduce now potentially to 5. So Dolney now will shoot the free throw to potentially make the 3-point play here. And he makes it. So 3-point field goal, 3-point play by Dolney. Melbourne have got it now through Kafritzis. Kafritzis finds Rhymes on the wing. Screened by Bolglaze. Finds Stanley. Finds Moultrie now at the top. Moultrie gives it out to Bolglaze at the top. Bolglaze got it. Not a lot on the shot clock remaining here. Loses it to Brown. Brown passes to Dolney. Dolney makes the easiest of layups on the other end and cuts the margin from 8 to just 3 points now after 2 back-to-back possession baskets by Dolney. It's got to be a bit more discipline here offensively, Melbourne here. They've got to get through this set and actually get some shots up. So Rhymes has got it streamed by Stanley. Rhymes takes it inside. Tough 2, he's off the mark. Rebound by Batty, pulls it down. Dolney drives it inside against Bolglaze, and he makes the 2. Dolney makes a nice 7-possession play by Dolney. He goes back to back to back. He cuts the margin to just 1 point now for Melbourne after it was 8. At the other end, Moultrie's got it. Moultrie drives into the basket. Misses the 2. And I think there's a foul call. And I think there's a foul call on Kafritzis. On the defensive act there. So Kafritzis gets his 5th personal foul there. He will be fouled out of this contest. And they are in bonus situation are the Gators, and I believe Waddy is going to go to the line here to shoot two, potentially put the Gators up in front. Just having a bit of a delay here with the referees here at the scorer's bench. So Waddy goes to the free throw line. He misses the first free throw. He's got one more with 1:38 remaining here in the last quarter. And Waddy misses two, so he goes empty on that possession. So he can't either tie this game or put the Gators up in front. So Melbourne still lead by a point here. Grimes has it, finds Bowlglaze. Finds Moultrie at the top. Moultrie's got it. Drives inside the floater. Is pure again. Jameer Moultrie comes up clutch in the last quarter. He's been fantastic for Melbourne. Just some grueling baskets on the offensive end. At the other end, Brown takes the inside. Can't get the defensive rebound. Oh, Palmerston gets the defensive rebound. Hands to Moultrie. Great hustle by both teams that time. Great hustle. And Stefano gets the big rebound for Melbourne. And Moultrie's now got it for Melbourne. They lead by 3. Finds Stanley. Finds Stefano. Back to Stanley. Inside for the layup. Stanley makes the 2. Great pass by Stefano. And Stanley scores the 2. Melbourne lead by 5. With 44 seconds remaining here in this last quarter. Big 2-possession play by Melbourne. They score. They get a stop and they get a score to increase the margin to 5 points. And this game is just been fantastic to watch. And Shepparton have called a timeout and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back here after the timeout called by Shepparton. So they will inbound the ball. They will advance the ball to their offensive half here. So they will, the shot clock will be at 14 seconds here for the Gators. Look to inbound the ball. Kilman finds the hot man all day in Batty. So Batty's got it, screened. Trying to find someone open. Finds that time in Waddy, takes a tough 2 off the mark. Moultrie pulls down the defensive board. And there's a foul call by Kilman. And Jameer Moultrie, bonus situation, will shoot 2 shots here at the free throw line for Melbourne to potentially increase the lead. That is currently 5. Could make it 7 after these free throws. And Jameer Moultrie makes the first free throw. He's definitely by far been Melbourne's best player in this last quarter to get him over the line here. He's been superb in this last quarter, making big-time shot after big-time shot. And he makes those second free throws pure. And a quick timeout by the Gators. They lead this one now by 7 with 28 seconds remaining here in this last quarter. All right, so back here after the timeout. So Shepparton will inbound the ball. So Kumian's got it for the Gators. They look to run a set. There's a three-point field goal at the top. That is off the mark. Air ball that time from Batty. Great defense and great contest by Melbourne. They lead by 7. They will have the ball from the baseline here. So Rhymes has got it. Trying to find Moultrie. They find Stefano. Finds Moultrie. He's fouled that time by Waddy. So Moultrie's going to go to the line here to shoot 2. To increase the margin. That's already 7. So Moultrie now at the free throw line to shoot 2. He missed the first short. One more free throw here for Moultrie. He makes it, so he goes 1 out of 2. 8-point lead now for Melbourne. So Batty's got it now for the visitors. Tries to find the shooter. It's off the mark. Indonley. Rimes pulls down the defensive board, and that might just do us. That might just do us here at the Non-Elite Sports Centre. The Melbourne Uni Black Angels have taken down the Shepparton Gators 86-78 in a great thrilling encounter between both clubs. Trying to make finals here. It was a great game and a very thrilling one. Hope everyone at home enjoyed the telecast, and I'll see you guys next Sunday at 4 p.m. for Melbourne Uni's last home game against the Blackburn Vikings in what would be a must-win situation game to potentially look at booking in a chance to play finals basketball. I'm your host, Elias Fritzis, and I hope you guys enjoyed the telecast. Good night.
See you next week. Hey, how's your teams going?
Good. We're pushing for finals. We won Friday night, so that was
Good?
good.
Yeah? Good work.
Yeah, but we've got Diamond Valley on Friday night, so that'll be interesting.
Didn't you earn your money tonight?
BigV and BV are going to want you to have 4 sweepers for finals.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the